So one concern is a technology company which is trying to build the digital infrastructure for physical risk. So we do everything from mapping to analyzing and monitoring every piece of the built environment, and then understanding how those interdependencies affect the economic consequences at that asset. So let me give you an example. If you take a physical, like a commercial property, most of its physical risk emanates from externalities, the power outages, the supply chain disruptions, the transportation, its employees and customers. And there's no download button to basically be able to get your arms around where every water pipe and where every electric pole in the world is. So one concern over the last 7 years has basically mapped out a digital twin of every piece of that infrastructure. And so we put that in a graph so that we also understand the ripple effects of, hey, if something happens to that graph, if something happens to a crane in the port or an electric pole, what happens in terms of cash flow impairment to that asset. That's what one concern does. So once you have a digital twin of mapping every piece of the built environment from every road to every electric pole, any disturbance to this graph, whether you shake a node or you break an edge, now you can understand those ripple effects in terms of downtime to an asset. You could break it with a hurricane projected to come in 4 hours from now in Houston, or what's going to happen 20 years from now in an RCP 8.5 scenario. And now for the first time, you can therefore link physical risk to financial consequences, financial risk at that asset level. So you are able to sort of say, hey, because of the power outage or because of supply chain outage, at each asset for every company, you have this much cash flow impairment. And for the first time, you're able to do that in a comparable, consistent metric. Such an event is extremely critical because, number one, there are a lot of people who want to do the right thing, but they don't really know what's the art of possible, right? Is technology able to, for instance, even bring the right set of actionable data to be able to measure and address climate risk in the first place? Today, after the panel, I saw several people walk up to me and say, oh wow, we didn't even know that this was possible to be done. And so there is a lot of excitement from the asset owner, asset management community to be able to take action in terms of disclosing and mitigating risk. And now events like these bring those right set of like-minded individuals together. And so thank you for having me.